All right, guys, I don't think I can get this 100% level. I think we're on an angle here. But I'm going to give this to you really quick. There is an update to a story that happened in June of this year. Now, remember back in June, there was a shooting at a Corona Costco. Remember that? And I believe I did an editorial on that. I'm not 100% sure, but I did. But at the risk of being redundant, I'm going to give it to you again in short. And I'm going to give you an update to it. Now, there is a link to the story in the description box below. There's also a link to the YouTube video of the press conference. So you can go watch the press conference. I recommend you do. One of the speakers said something in the press conference that really hit home on me, and I want to give it to you. So just stay tuned, and you're going to hear it. But he said something really, really important in the press conference, and I thought, you know what? But before we get there, I'm going to give you this real quick. I'm just going to give you a quick synopsis. And then the update from that. And then, now I forgot the first name of the LAPD officer, but it's Officer Sanchez of the LAPD. I think it was Salvatore. I thought I wrote it down, and I obviously didn't. But this Officer Sanchez of the LAPD was the off-duty officer that shot. I'm going to give this to you really quick, and then I'm going to give you a chance to comment in the comment section below. But I do also want to give you some words from the press conference. Now, new details emerged Tuesday in the deadly shooting inside a Corona Costco involving an off-duty officer whose attorney claims a policeman was attacked without warning as he held his toddler's son. Now, when they say Tuesday, they're talking about back in June. Two accounts of the shooting that caused chaos inside the busy warehouse store on June 14th painted completely different pictures of the series of events, with both describing different parties as the victim. Well, of course, there's always he said, and then what happened? The truth is in the middle somewhere. It's always that way. But listen to this. Listen. Attorney David Winslow, who's attorney for the LAPD officer Sanchez, we know now, said his client was struck from behind without a word being spoken Friday night as he fed his son samples of teriyaki chicken in the Costco store. Winslow, the attorney, said, quote, "There was no discussion, there was no argument, there was no warning at all. He was suddenly struck, knocked unconscious. When he opened his eyes moments later, he was on the ground on the concrete with his son also on the concrete. His son was screaming. That's when he had no choice but to use deadly force." The off-duty officer shot and killed Kenneth French, 32, of Riverside, and critically wounded French's parents. His mother remained hospitalized in critical condition. His father is stable. They're both out now. An attorney for the French family argued that a civilian involved in such an incident would have been arrested, of course. But the last part here, listen, this is what I want you to hear. Corona police spokesman said during a news conference shortly after the shooting that witnesses had reporting hearing an argument. A statement from the department the following day, however, did not mention a verbal altercation and said the attack was without provocation. So here they said, well, there was no argument. No, it was just he just got hit like a victim from behind. And then days later, they do a press conference and they go, well, witnesses heard an argument. So was there an argument, or was there no verbal, what did they say, verbal altercation? Was there no verbal altercation, or was there an argument? And let's be fair, who was the argument with? Was it with French and his parents? Maybe, and he ran into the guy. Now, as I understand, you're going to have to do your own homework on this. I'm just trying to give you a quick update really quickly here. There was this French, wasn't he mentally challenged or mentally disabled in some way, if I recall? There was some type of, mentally handicapped. So again, he had mental health issues. It wasn't just like some guy randomly decided to beat up somebody. Cops are poorly trained, and they are, in the area of mental health. A lot, in fact, over half of mentally ill, handicapped, disabled, or challenged people, that have interactions with police officers, over half of them end up in some type of use of force, whether it's tased or put in a body wrap or pepper sprayed or worse. Over half of mentally ill people that come in contact with cops. Cops just don't know how to deal with the mentally ill. But jump to the press conference. So the press conference was today. That officer, LAPD officer Sanchez, will not be charged in the shooting of French. He will not be, French and his parents, let me say. He will not be charged. Now, I'm not acting as a judge here. I'm not acting as a jury. I'm just giving you the facts. I know my tone may be a little harsh, but he will not be charged in this shooting. I'm not here to say whether it's right or wrong. I'm going to let you decide that. I'm just giving you this news here. But I do want to say something. If you watch the link below, the YouTube video I put in the description box is the press conference. Let me tell you, in that press conference, one of the speakers says, he shows a video. It's the Costco security camera, has a little bubble that's supposed to blow up on it so we can kind of see what's going on. I had to take my glasses off and squint. I still couldn't tell what was going on. And he says, I understand that the video is kind of hard to see. You're seeing what we're seeing. It's far away. It's kind of, really hard. It's difficult to see what's going on. Yeah. You know what that means? When you see something, anything, pull out your smartphones and start recording. You see an altercation on the street, start recording. One of them could be an off-duty police officer. Or if you're in Alhambra, both of them could be off-duty cops. I think Alhambra was the cop. Well, they were in another city, right? But see that? You'd start recording, guys. I'm telling you, if people had been recording this altercation in Costco, we wouldn't just have some crappy security camera from half a distance away. We would have right there video of what's going on. They wouldn't have to rely on a video camera that was clear across the store in a wall. They would have people right there filming it going, oh, this is going on YouTube. Or maybe even somebody yelling, World Star, something like that. And then we would have close-up video. We would know what was going on, and we would know who was at fault. At this point, it's just he said, she said, he said, they said, that said, this said, he said, whom said. That's all we have right now, and some crappy security camera from across the store. That's all we have, guys. And because of that, this officer will not be charged. Now, I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I don't know. I couldn't tell from the video. But in the instance that officer was wrong, he got away with murder. In the instance that he's right, that video would support that he's right. But we don't know, you see. We don't know. So if you see something, not see something, say something. See something, record it. See something, record it. Guys, we need to become a recording mother effing people. We need to pull out our cameras and record everything. You see two people get in a car accident in the middle of the street and they start screaming at each other. Start recording it. Especially when the cops show up. Community Leo Watch, letting you know what's going on in your world with Leos. And this has been an update, breaking news. Sorry I'd given it to you a couple hours late, but I had to get out here when I could. Thank you, guys. Happy Hump Day.